boldest. They the blackest, the brightest, the boldest. We talk combos go. We come in, we hit it with the trick shot. Nothing but net. We need that bell, but them haters they gon' still watch. Like I just said, when it comes to combat, you looking at the TikTok. You wanna come into the ring, mess around, go ahead, get tricked out. We got that attitude, they shoot to dominate. We got the table, we filling up all the plates. You press play whenever you wanna taste. We always with the real, baby, you never gave fake. The blackest, the brightest, the boldest. They the blackest, the brightest, the boldest. They the blackest, the brightest, the boldest. We talk common, they the coldest.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Glow Sun Production proudly brings to you its best, brightest, and blackest combat review show there is on YouTube or anywhere else. This is We Talk Combat, so we talk all things combat, sports, and sports entertainment. We watch the shit so you don't have to, the People's Channel. And if you're new around here, do us a favor, hit the subscribe button, also hit the like button so that all the folks around the algorithm and YouTube land will be notified whenever. Or I guess wouldn't be notified, but be let known of when we do this type of stuff. Also hit the notification bell so that you'll be let known of when we drop this new around here as well. It's somewhere by BA's left shoulder down there. I know he wants to do the Ricky Saints. Oh my God. Pose now. There he goes. He was about to let me down for a second there. But yeah, if you're new around here, please do that. The way we have this, y'all, welcome to the channel. This is the Glow Yard around here. Switch things up a little bit as far as my formal introduction, but if you're new around here, the way we do this, we drop these shows weekly, Sunday afternoons, usually around 3 p.m. But times happen, life be life, and as we say on other channels and all that type of stuff. But definitely subscribe if you're into WWE type of stuff, MMA sometimes, and also boxing as well. We talk about all that type of stuff over here. We give you our highs and lows first of the week, WWE, anything else that may have happened. Give you a letter grade of that. Also talk about boxing, MMA, if any big things happen there. We go with any wrestling tea or any other type of tea that may be happening in the combat sports after that. And then we get to your questions and comments at the end. So if you have any questions or comments, anything you want to discuss as far as anything we talked about on the show or anything else dealing with combat sports, hit us up with the @ WTC in the comments so we know you're talking to us and not anybody else in the Glow Yard. And we'll definitely get to you at the end of the show as long as it's respectful. We actually do us another favor as well. Follow us on our other channel, We Talk Combat Clips, where I drop the condensed versions of these shows throughout the weeks in the shorts. Basically every day of the week, Monday through Friday, you'll get a short from me, at least one, maybe two. So definitely follow over there if you're interested in the short versions. Also, here's our watch along schedule. We do that in Discord. We show all of this in Discord, y'all, weekly. So Mondays are Raw, Tuesdays is NXT, Wednesdays is Evolve, Thursday is TNA Impact, Friday is SmackDown. We also show all AAA events as well as Saturday night main events and PLEs Saturday and Sundays on Discord. We also sometimes show things or do a watch along as well on YouTube if you're interested. But you can come over here and rap with myself or usually Queen as well if you're interested. So we have Saturday night main event coming up next week, guys. So if you want to subscribe to the channel and all, you get access to that. And we got SummerSlam right around the corner as well. I don't know if we're doing a live get together for that, but we'll absolutely have it in Discord as well. So definitely subscribe to the channel and get access to that as we go on our way to our goal of 500 subscribers. I'm sorry. And once that happens, you never know what can happen. Then things may change. So with all that being said, y'all, let's get to this show because that's what you're here for. Let's get to highs and lows. All right, y'all, another week of WWE product. Monday Night Raw, we had the Street Profits lose their tag team championship to the Vision. And this was a viral moment here. We'll talk about this and more. On NXT, we had Layla Diggs becoming a new #1 contender for the women's North American NXT championship. We'll talk about that and more. On Evolve, this is Lucky Lane, I believe her name is. She put Nikita Lyons through a table, basically saying that she's wishing to challenge her for her women's Evolve championship. On Impact, we had the youngest in charge, Leon Slater, and our guy Bang Bang Ricky Sosa winning a triple threat tag team match. We'll talk about that and more. Friday night SmackDown, Gunther attacked Nick Aldis again, put him to sleep, and they kind of cut the camera short. So we'll talk about that and more as well. And on Saturday night, we had Manny Vikingo. I almost called him El Vikingo, Travis. Manny Vikingo won a triple threat match between himself, Jack Cartwell, and Dragon Lee as well to become the number one contender for the Cruiserweight Championship over in AAA. And we also have some boxing news and what is that? Mixed martial arts news. That's gonna be more into the T, y'all. So stay around for that if you're interested in that. But before I get to that part, let me go back to here. Take that around. I'll go over the room. First and foremost, let me introduce one of my co-hosts. I'll introduce them one by one as I get their opinion. But first up is my babe, Chemo Queen. She is the queen of the ring for 1986. How are you today, babe? And what is your thoughts of this week's WWE product and your highs and lows and your letter grade, babe?
Okay, well, I'm doing good. It was actually I want to say an exciting week actually of wrestling, and I don't get to say that very often. But y'all know me here. I'm the oldest in charge actually over here on this show. Well, technically, I guess second oldest in charge, but we'll disregard Mr. Green. But you had asked what my highs and lows were of the week, so let me just get into them. We had a lot going on. Sami Zayn's his whole victory reign of 9 days is over. It was taken by CM Punk. CM Punk came out of fucking nowhere and showed up in Chicago. They was going crazy in that bitch. And at the end of the day, the whole point was that Cody Rhodes wasn't able to have a match. Like the whole Raw, we were waiting to see what was good with him. Vision took Street Profits title off him. That's crazy. I feel like they got cheated too, and they didn't get a long reign. But ultimately, we know it's all just setting up for more storylines. So it is what it is. I got to see my guy Ethan Page again, and he was with Rusev, and they defeated Chad Gable and Dragon Lee, which was cool. I'm not even mad about it. And then there was assault because Joe Hendry, he wrapped up in that whole Vision storyline somehow because that whole Fire Logan Paul. Sol Ruka somehow defeated Raquel Rodriguez, and of course she couldn't even win clean. I would definitely say that was a low point of the show for me because I was really expecting Raquel Rodriguez to get herself a champion, even if I don't like that whole Judgment Day storyline. Raquel Rodriguez is really her in terms of not just as far as a wrestler, but she right now is the Latino precipice. Right now that she's the mountain for them bitches that the Latinos need to climb. I need to see Raquel Rodriguez in triple but yeah, then Oba Femi, Paul Heyman had their little thing, and it is what it is. We're gonna see them Hell in a Cell. Hey, cool beans. Raw, it wasn't terrible, but I was still disappointed about the Street Profits. So we can move on to NXT. They trying to make Kendall a fighting champion over on NXT, so they had her defend her title against Natty. Callie Armstrong got into with Kaylani and Lola, which was cool too because I like Callie and I like Kaylani obviously. Layla Diggs you see on the screen if you watching at home. If you're not, Layla Diggs, she defeated Thea Hale, Lizzie, and Izzy, I believe, in a fatal 4-way. So she's she's the next step to be able to earn her title shot at the women's NXT champ. And with the men's, I felt like that was actually one of the weaker matches of the night. As far as NXT goes, the rest of the night was really just about storyline movement stuff. So I don't even really care. I hate Tony D'Angelo. We can move on. So Evolve was all right. I don't really have any complaints. It was Evolve is always kind of sometimes a tough watch because you are watching people as they're developing. So I don't really have anything too negative to say other than Harlem Lewis and I guess Aaron Rourke are starting to set up their next bout. So that I guess is going to be something. I guess. I didn't really care too much about anything else that went on. So we can move on. Boom. Now TNA now is back at the top. I told you before a few months ago when Leo Slayer was on a tear, it was really high up there in terms of watchability. But right now, they got Leon Slater and our boy Ricky Sosa, and they in a team together. And me and Muy Grande African Americano discussed off camera that more than likely at some point they're going to turn against each other, and I think that that's going to be a really awesome. That's going to be an awesome match because they're awesome together. They really complement each other, and them going against each other, I feel like is going to be a great match. And I like what they're doing over there. Moose had a lot of TV time as well, which I feel like I don't get to see Moose talk as much, but he was talking his shit about how he the new face that runs the place. and Frankie Kazarian was there. It was like a whole King's Speech thing. As I said, no real complaints other than I kind of getting tired of seeing Matt and Jeff. No offense, I understand that they got a title, so they're going to keep defending it, but their matches are lackluster. And also, Lying Lee, I think that's her name. It's tough to watch her talk, but she didn't her and Zaya Brookside got a thing going on right now because they were homies, and like Lee is trying to get back the title, I believe, from Zaya, so they're trying to give them more TV time. But it's Lee just is really rough on the mic. She rough on the mic. She reminded me of some of the homegirls over on SmackDown, like in terms of like a Io Sky and like a Asuka. She's just rough to watch. So that was a low point definitely for the night for me. We can move on to SmackDown. SmackDown, we ended up having to see Cody and CM Punk because now CM Punk is on SmackDown, guys. Like, why the fuck is he on SmackDown? But he's there. It it was what it was. I just kind of was. I think everybody already knew that eventually they were gonna have their match together of CM Punk and Cody Rhodes, and that they friends, and now I guess they're gonna turn enemies at some point, probably after this. Maybe this is Cody heel turn. Either way, we knew that they were trying to add more to that SummerSlam card because that shit was weak sauce. So now they're on that card. What else? What else? I know that Nick and Gunther, they got a whole bunch of shit going on, but Gunther's really gonna be he kind of gets slid into another match because right now we got just a lot going on in terms of four different ways that they can sit there and play with Gunther at the moment. Um Trying to remember what else really happened that I really cared about. Oh, we saw more bloodline shit, and they got Royce Keys in like a real storyline, you guys. Like, and it's a continuous storyline. But it kind of sucked too, because at the same time, Jacob Fatu, like, basically, I guess, kind of turned against Royce Keys after saying he wasn't going to turn against Royce Keys. And then we saw Nick Aldis get choked out. Um, I wanted to kind of talk about that more first before we get to the point of my man Trick got himself a legacy title. Now, how little Yachty pull that, y'all? Like, how did that happen? I'm gonna say one thing is that like him or hate him, Trick has a aura right now that when he comes into a room, he lights up the room. Like, look at this title, yo. The title lights up the room. It got all the things that have become his signature, like the fur, like it's blinged out. Like, there's a lot of people that may not like the title as it stands, like in terms of how it looks. But at the end of the day, y'all can't say that that man doesn't deserve a legacy title, and that he definitely has. He's taking SmackDown by storm since he's arrived in what, February or January. So at this point in time, like, yeah, he got everything he deserved with that. It looked nice. And I said, hate it or love it, it fits his character. It fits his character. Now, am I going to spend $700 on it? No. Maybe if I get a coupon code or something, maybe at some point down the line and get it refurbished, maybe out of secondhand. I don't know. I ain't got the 700 bones to throw at it, but respect to Trick. He deserves it. He an awesome guy. Yeah, there y'all go. It's on the screen if you can't see it, but yeah, it's 700, but $699.99. It's basically $700. But ultimately, all of that ended up being him getting into a match with Mello, and then the guy that we were talking about for months, another person we talked about for months, Baron Corbin came back. Now, I don't really know why. And I'm guessing he's taking less money than he was before, but I guess they threw something in it to make sense for him and Mello to come together and have a common enemy. I'm guessing is what they're going to do with that, because he ended up beating them both up. So at the end of the day, it was what it was. There was a main event this week, and it had Ivy Now, and she beat Lizzie Rain. Lizzie Rain looked really good, and Ivy Now actually looked really good herself too. But then Javon also, my guy, a young OG, he had a match with Grayson Waller and beat Grayson Waller. Main events are main events, and I really wish that Javon would get a lot more TV time. But hey, a main event isn't bad too. It's still considered TV time. Um, I didn't watch all of AAA, but I did see that Dominic and El Grande are going to have themselves a match at Triple Mania. So we were talking about that and trying to figure out maybe if we can go to Vegas or if we can go to Mexico. We're going to go to one or the other because we got a passport. So we're going to try and go to one or the other possibly. But yeah, the Triple Mania card is starting to really stack up. And we also believe too that Flamer's probably going to end up losing her title. She's had her title she's had a Roman Reigns like run with her title. So at the end of the day, it's not going to be sad. But Catalina is like the new chick on the block. So they kind of want to push her character, and I understand why. And Lahidra, has her own stuff going on as well. I feel like I read something about she might be going away for a little bit, rumor wise. So I think that this is basically set up for Flamer to drop her title and Catalina to get her push. And then little mini Vikingo, he's really killing it too. And he looked like he's about to kill himself, actually, like twice when I watched pieces of his match. But like he's really developing, and him going against Ray Phoenix is actually going to be kind of fire. And I know that the Frog Splash Connoisseur, is going to be happy to see that match. But overall, as I said, it was a pretty decent week. I was trying not to be too long-winded, but it was actually a bunch of decent things that happened this week, that the whole week was a must-watch week. And we don't get those too often. Usually we get a days where we be missing episodes, and then we go back and look, and it's like, oh, well, that was a missable episode. But generally, almost every product this week was a decent product. So this is a rare for me, but I'm actually going to give it an A- for the week. Thank you.
All right. Starting off with an A-.
A triple
Let's get to you, Mr. Green. Let's go to you next, bro. First and foremost, how are you today, bro? How was your week of wrestling? How was your week in general? And what is your overall opinion of the week and your letter grade?
I am well. That's first and foremost. As the senior citizen here, just want to give my day over the other person that happened to bring that up first. With that being said, this sound effect, it was crazy. I guess the number one thing is on Raw. CM Punk showed up. I understand what they was trying to do. Chicago, I get it. They do a lot of stuff for home services, like just home crowd type things, and it's getting a little stale for me because CM Punk didn't deserve this. He lost the last time I saw him. Similar to Sami Zayn, I had a whole spiel on Sami Zayn how honestly it should be tricking this spot, but it's not. They give it to the loser of certain matches now because they don't care. They just want what they want. They want these outcomes to be however they want it, and it just doesn't make sense. And there's a lot of things that I'm going to say probably today. It just doesn't make sense, and that's my problem with WWE. I don't mind bad stories. Bad stories is bad stories. What I can't stand is stories that don't make sense. I can't do that, and I can't go for that. So that's kind of what I'm going to have to deal with because it just doesn't make sense. CM Punk doesn't deserve that spot. He just lost. That's one thing. The Street Profits lost their belt. A little short, but I was more fascinated with Montez Ford's social media. He's doing a lot of solo promotions. So does that mean he's going solo? Does a short title reign means that he had a solo venture the whole time? I'm okay with that. Could have had a better outcome, but I'm not mad if that's the outcome. They're still gonna be a tag team. Then what the hell are we doing? And that's that. I guess Braun Breaker is a tag team guy now. I was echoing this maybe last year whenever they was forming the division with him and Bronson. I'm like, these dudes just walking around with no tag team titles. Just give it to them. You had like Judgment Day having the tag team titles for a extended period of time. For what? Now they're trying to put it on pause, maybe because of injuries and whatnot. But at the end of the day, he should have been had a title reign, at least some kind of title reign. But that's that. Shout out to Soul Ruka, the whole Liv Morton, everybody's coming out. EO Sky, it's cute for right now, but you can miss me with it. They need to do a better job with the whole women's division when it comes to Raw. Shit, man, bring back Becky or something. Becky at least kept things interesting. That's that. Let's go on to NXT. NXT just said they understand what butters their bread right now. And the fact of the matter is, it's not the men's division. It is 100% the women's division, and they are showcasing that, and I like that. Don't try to supplement a bad division when you just don't have the talent. They just don't have the talent, and as a result of that, don't try to like, okay, we're going to still showcase it because it's bad. It's just the men's division for the title is just bad. Tony D is not the worst, but he's going against people that's worse than him. Cam is not ready yet. Big boy, he don't know whether he wants to be a baby face or just a big cruiserweight. Like they got issues right now. So and shout out to Evil, but this is not you. So they don't know what they're doing, and it's okay. Sometimes you go through that, especially when you have a developmental organization. So what they're selling is the women. They had you saw Kendall, you saw Natty. Natty got her own little crew, which is perfect for her. She doesn't need to be on the main roster trying to do this. This is exactly where she needs to be with the developmentals that's trying to get over to the main roster. So that's great for her. Callie showed up. Callie's making sure her presence is known. Kalani was there. Carmen was there. Like they had a whole, but like this is it. And with all that being said, it was still a 4-way with everybody not mentioned in in the title picture and things of that nature. And the 4-way was great. The 4-way was great, and I was surprised that they let Layla win. So she need to go ahead on and get that title off of the finisher title off of Tiffany, because she has the prettiest movesaw ever. That's what she needs. She needs to go ahead on and jack that. And it is what it is. It's no longer Tiffany's. I don't think it ever was Tiffany's, but it is what it is. So shout out to her winning that 4-way. You see people starting to take over certain divisions. The tag team, right? We got Sean Legacy and Dorian Von Dux. These two guys are highly athletic, very explosive guys. And they're going to start making their way. They're going to be normals. They're going to be staples on NXT for the next couple upcoming months before they get called up eventually. So you're looking at the change into the guard right now. Stay away from Birthright. All these guys are just names. They're absolutely garbage. OTM, I F's with them, but they're not it. They're just not it. And it is what it is. But Dolph Steak is still trying. I like the Shaquan Sugars angle right now. I want to see more what he does. He's talking about he's going to get help. So who's going to help him? I like to see that moving forward. And that's that. That's that for NXT for me. Evolve, I'm going to just run through Evolve. Evolve wasn't too much. Just more with Nikita Lyons and things of that nature. And you had people coming out and all this other stuff. And it was Rince Sinclair showed up. Oh, that's cool. But it wasn't nothing special to me on NXT. They got to get the title off of Nikita. That's the problem. Because she's too much on NXT. So she don't need to be going back and forth like that. I don't mind her having the title, but they need to have someone else that's actually on Evolve week in, week out to be the person, not necessarily someone that's moonlighting majority on NXT. Doesn't make sense. TNA. TNA was great. Let's just call it what it is. They had more, like Queen was 100% correct. The Hardy Boys, they can go. Getting kind of tired of seeing them. I don't like their matches. If anything, that makes me want to change the channel. And it's not too long in the tooth, as they say, But Leon, Ricky, greatness, right? We have no issues there. We have no issues with them. They are the future. It's very reminiscent of Jay Cargill and Bianca. Bianca was there to be the anchor so Jay can have a good transition, and this is exactly the same thing. Leon is the anchor so Ricky can have a nice transition, especially a black male foreigner into an American business. Yeah, it's good to be with someone that's actually been here for a while. So I'm completely 100% on board for everything they're doing so far. I love it, so I have no issues with that whatsoever. Shout out to Trick Williams, because all of a sudden now you see AJ Francis with the suits on and with the managers and stuff like that. I don't know if he had it before Trick, but it didn't seem like he had it before Trick. So I think this is relatively new. and it's only working because I've seen it before. In a sense, I know Trick don't necessarily wear suits, but it's that aura that he's trying to build. I was like, Trick has that. So Trick is actually opening the door for this type of character gimmick for other people can actually take advantage of it. So this is him doing what he does, and then you see other people eating off of it. This is one of the ripple effects. But goddamn, Moose cannot talk. I do not like to listen to this dude talk. He's always throws me off when he talks. He's just trying, brother, but you ain't got it. You just ain't got it. But you're a hard worker. I give you in ring and all that stuff, but on the mic, absolutely not. I guess we can go over to SmackDown. SmackDown, got to get used to the transition. SmackDown was oh Lord. I'm trying with SmackDown sometimes, man. And I think one of those things I'm trying with is the fact that I was really looking forward to a Sami Zayn I guess talk, promo. Didn't get it at all. Wasn't even there. If anytime I'm looking for a Sami Zayn, which is very minimal, where is the fact that after he just lost? Like, where is it? Like, I don't see it. And this is the time that I wanted it. So that bothers me 100%. I guess this CM Punk and Cody, you can tell by the crowd. Before you probably can't tell right now because they probably filled in sounds, but that crowd was dead, bro. Like that crowd was absolutely crickets. Like, we seen it coming. It's not shocking whatsoever. It was no fight, no build, no just do something. They were just talking, and I don't want to take other people's shine or nothing like that, but it was like you're this and you're that and you're so special and I respect you and the things of that nature. Like, I'm tired. Like, I already saw this coming. Shout out to CJs. We all saw this coming, and it's like, like now that we here, it's like, come on, y'all could have flipped it up. Y'all could have had something, just something more, and we didn't get it. So it is what it is. I guess after that, I like the Gunther Nick Aldis angle, but I'm sorry, did I not see Braun Breaker and Adam Pearce? Like, I really was looking forward towards that. That actually had like a lot of heat to me. This is like kind of a little bit more manufactured, but okay, I get it. This is what they do. Shout out to Trick and Carmelo. I don't even want to see them fight too much, though. I think they're fighting a little bit too much. Stop fighting them. They don't need to fight on SmackDown. Like, I don't want to see it. I know they're going to put on the bangers. I don't need to see it. I need to see them fight on the main events on the whenever Carmelo can get invited to a PLE. How about that one? But with that being said, you got Baron Corbin coming out. It's just, I was talking about it earlier. It's another big, so that's cool and everything like that. But it's just like you could have probably chosen this spot for somebody else. Somebody else could have got this spot. Somebody in NXT could have got this spot. I don't need a rehashment of Baron Corbin, because what's going to happen is it's another Rusev all over again. Like, he's going to have one little hot stretch, and then he's going to go back to being 100% jobber. It's like, what do we do? Can we fast forward this? But I don't want to see Trick lose to Baron Corbin. You know what I'm saying? Bring somebody else up and let him give a shot. But I get it. So with that being said, I'm gonna have to wrap this up short. I didn't see AAA, so that's pretty much probably even better for that, because my child just fell and busted her head, but she's not bleeding, so she's okay. So that being said, I'm gonna give this week a D+. I'm not happy with what's going on. How about that?
A D+. We went from A- to D+. No children were harmed in the making of this video, guys. Just to let you guys know. But
real quick, bro. Royce Keys. Oh my God! Did you just lose to Jimmy Uso with one spear?
With a spear,
what
bro. That ain't even your finishing move.
One spear. Jimmy Uso's. I don't even. Jimmy got a spear? Like, what's happening? So that was one of Jimmy Uso spear, not Goldberg, not Romans, not even freaking Rhinos. A goddamn Jimmy Uso spear. Negative 35 points for that.
Lee. All right, so we got A minus, a D plus, right? BL, you said D minus. You said D plus, right?
Plus.
D plus. All right, bro. Let's get to you, the final Hugo boss. How are you today? First and foremost, bro.
I'm okay. I'm doing wonderful.
All right. Well, since you're doing so wonderful and you watch this shit, so they ain't have to. Let us know your opinion on the WWE product for this week and give us your overall letter grade, bro. The floor is yours.
Well, it ain't gonna probably be as wonderful, but let's get into it, I guess. Sami Zayn, man, oh man, he lost the championship. I know that sucks, but it goes. This makes me go back a little bit. You know, I'm gonna just say this: John Cena, you were right. Punk, you are Mr. TKO now. Like, this is ridiculous. Like, you just lost. You lost championship. You just come back and you just get the chip just like that all over again. Like, I feel bad for Sami. I mean, I know that everybody knows that Sami's not gonna be a long-term champion, but like, Kenny at least could have carried the belt to SummerSlam, at least, and make him lose it at SummerSlam, at least. But I get it. But man, Montez Ford, I hope this wasn't the reason that you lost the championship. Just like Mr. Green said, I hope this benefits, you getting a solo run. I mean, I hope dude. I mean, you are from Chicago, so I'm hoping this was kind of like a red whatever, like, dude or whatever. But shout outs to Soul retain that title. That's basically pretty much it I want to talk about. So we're gonna go over to NXT. Just like Mr. Green said again, I mean, this is basically the women's show. You know what I'm saying? Like, the women's been killing, NXT. I mean, I feel sorry for Layla. I mean, congratulations for her winning, but she's still, to me right now, she's not pulled off and beating Big Za right now. So I got her using Big Za. I mean, in the gray, she's able to beat Natty, no problem, but golly, you can't at least get Jada Park at least one. He's like one dub or something with the Talia. I mean, she's just there, there a little longer. I mean, I bet maybe it's this Jey Uso relationship, whatever, but it's cool. I mean, the bed just sucks. I mean, didn't Keanu Carver had a match? Because I'm thinking like that spot he did with that drop kick. I mean, if you're gonna be drop kicking, I mean, bro, you look too stiff, bro. Like, I don't know what it was or whatever you wanted to call it. But shout out to DVD of Sean Legacy. I know they're pretty cool. Their match really cool. I don't know what's going on with OTF right now. Maybe it's the AAA thing, kind of like holding them back a little bit, so they're not really getting pushed like that. So I mean, they're a little bit on an incline right now, but it is what it is. So Evolve. Now I know I ain't watched Evolve like these past, a few weeks or whatever. So you had some stuff going on, but I'm not a big fan of these Mod Squad guys. I mean, they're reminding me of the Vanity Project. I mean, I don't even know dude's name that's like, the quote unquote big guy. And I'm like, and if I stand up, I'm pretty much bigger than him. So, I mean, like in the picture, I mean, I mean, well, Miss Nikita Lyons, maybe she might lose it. I mean, I'm not feeling her really being the Women's Evolve champion. I mean, we kind of getting ready in this build up as far as like Harlem Lewis and Aaron Rourke. So just basically waiting out for that match. So going over to the Thursday TNA. I mean, this basically what's on the screen is basically what has my time invested in the TNA. I mean, my guy Ricky, I'm just invested with this. I hope this leads into an X Division championship. match, or him and Leon finally getting some gold, them being the tag team champions. And also I'm kind of investing in this KO TV women's tournament. So that pretty much has my attention. I mean, something new. So that's cool.
Right. Let me try my Ricky Sosa soundboard. Let me see if a bang bang works. I couldn't do
okay, I heard a bang, but all right. But just like with the women's, I'm just tuned in for this KO TV titles tournament. So we're gonna go over to SmackDown now. For Nick Aldis, I hope this finally with Gunther and everything. I hope this goes into SummerSlam, having a match for at least one of those nights. Solo. Man, I hope Solo will go to succumbs to Roman and just basically joins the bloodline. I mean, them just joining all together. I mean, it's just like who they basically gonna go up against. Like, you really don't have nobody to go up against right now, but they all just join up and become members of the bloodline. I mean, and another thing too is that but going back to with Punk winning his title, I mean, we all knew that this was coming with him having a match with Cody Rhodes and everything, but I don't think that this match needs a title. I mean, we like what I was saying, we all knew that this match was going to eventually happen, but even if I would have said Punk was still off and nobody didn't know, and SmackDown was in Chicago, I felt like, this would have got a bigger pop. This all this on a hush. And now if Cody had the championship or whatever, and he's just like, yo, I just beat Sammy or whatever, blah, blah, blah. I ain't got nobody else to see me. They in Chicago. Wow. CM Punk came back or whatever, and all that good stuff. And another thing too, our guy, Trick Willie, he got a new championship. I'm not going to say that the belt is ugly, but it fits Trick Williams, so he has a white fur coat. The belt got a little fur coat, whatever, a little fur on it, whatever. But just like with John Cena when he had his spinner championship belt, LA Knight when he was the U.S. champion, he had the little LAs and in the strap itself. Even when Daniel Bryan had that garbage of a world championship title belt, it fits their gimmick. It fits them. So it's not like it's made for anybody. I mean, I think it's cool. Well, I paid, the price for the belt? Absolutely not. I mean, I probably just get some pieces together, draw them up, towel or whatever, and, put them on a white mink carpet or whatever. But I don't think it's fair for the price. But it fits Trick. You want to see Roman Reigns walking around with that big old ugly tribal chief belt with the one with his face on it. But y'all probably would think that's ugly, but it fits Roman Reigns and it fits him being a tribal chief. And another thing too, which I'm kind of a little happy about too, you got another week of SmackDown and Ricky Saints ain't on there.
Ricky was on the show.
Where was he?
He was backstage watching the match. They kept showing him watching the match between Trick and Mello. Excuse you. Ricky Saints was on the show.
See, that's how I see you didn't catch it because I guess he wasn't important, so we overlooked that stuff. But anyway, really my highlight of the week, Saturday, AAA. Look, my guy got to get ready to get the big one. Pause. Manny Vikingo for the jump. I mean, it's kind of sad because he beat Vikingo, but I guess because he's technically not big enough. Pause. He was supposed to get the Latin American Championship shot, but I guess him being a cruiserweight, this is gonna work out with Ray. I'm kind of looking forward to the match. I mean, this is gonna be fire. I wish it was on, maybe a SmackDown or whatever, but I get it though. I mean, I guess WWE won't let a child wrestle on their, on their, product or whatever. So I thought that was cool. I guess these the mall guys, the Predator mall guys, we still don't know. I mean, we know what they want. I mean, they just coming for everything. Pause, whatever they got. I mean, it was cool seeing the King. I mean, not the King. I'm sorry. El Grande Americano. He back or whatever. And another thing too. I mean, I think this is good also too to have Damian Priest as a good replacement for the Latin American Championship. I mean, I'm pretty much thinking to figure that Omos wasn't gonna walk around with the strap. And, how much as Dorian wanted to win it, have the championship. I figured pretty much that wasn't gonna happen. So overall, won't be probably as high as Queen, probably not as low as BA pause, but I'm gonna give it a B- because of AAA.
Okay, a B-. All right. So we got A-, a D+, and a B-. All right, Charles, let me mute you for a second. Let me give my opinion real quick. I'm gonna try to just touch on things y'all may have forgot about. I'm gonna wait on my score. Montez Ford, you gotta chill, bro. Everything y'all said about Monday was right on, spot on. CM Punk, I knew that was going to happen. I called it from the beginning. Once they said Cody Rhodes was done, I think I was writing in Discord saying CM Punk about to win the championship, y'all, and all, and that's what happened. One thing though, I did not. So we got to get the Oba and Brock Lesnar wrestling each other at SummerSlam. So you don't really have to expect much from that. Y'all didn't even really talk much about that one. Queen touched on it a little bit. We got to get there, so it's not going to be much that's happening in the meantime. We know they just got to get the Hell in a Cell now. I wasn't really a fan of that segment, that promo segment. I felt like Oba talked a little too much on that one. Like they let him go a little too long, and it made him feel like for the first time, it wasn't like he's just dominating the mic and all that stuff. So they got to deal with that. But like I said, we got to get to SummerSlam. That's just so it don't even matter with that. Ain't nothing gonna change with that story, I think, until we get to SummerSlam, unless Brock shows up again. Moving on, NXT. The ladies holding it down, like y'all said. Y'all already talked about everything. The guys gotta get it together. I don't know who's supposed to be the face. I guess when I said it before, when you got Tony D'Angelo as the face of the brand right now, that means the guys ain't doing too well. If that's the face of the brand, because I don't think nobody else can take that from him right now. Evil lost, so he probably not gonna get it. And then Mason Rook, I don't know what's going on with his character. That he went from a high of highs as far as just his I guess debut being so viral. So as people looking at him and seeing him and him being a different look and all to now just being who cares. So yeah, shout out to the women holding things down. Just all over the show. They run the place right now. It's all theirs. Kendall Gray got another dub and all that, but we'll see where that goes from there. I thought that was cool. Again, with Evolve, like you said, probably get the title off Nikita. I know they wanted to see her with the title for a second. That's their lady and all that, so that's cool. But move on. Nikita's on different shows and all that. Now you're trying to move her up eventually over to the major brands or whatever. So I would just take the title off of her. Move on, get it off her. The next show y'all have, major show. And let Miss Luck win. TNA, again, shout out. They don't have Mike Santana there being the main guy again. No disrespect to Mike Santana, but I told you, Ish runs downhill, and Mike Santana was the main guy, and it just made the show like you didn't know where to put Mike Santana. These two guys right here, Ricky Sosa and Leon Slater, we already talked about them enough for the longest time. They're in the intro, both of the guys, for the show, and neither one of them work for WWE. So that lets you know how we feel about them. And they just holding it down. I can't wait for this to develop. This was perfect when you saw them get together. And now seeing the tag team happen and all, I wanted to be bigger than just the tag team division. They can win this. And like Queen said, get into a rivalry and type of stuff. Maybe Leon changes on Ricky before he leaves and all that. Let Ricky take over after that and all that. But I think this is something special right here that TNA has. And I'm very interested in TNA right now because of these two. Like, keep them on the shows, keep them on PLEs and all that type of stuff. And I'll be watching religiously now because these are two of my dudes right here. So shout out to that. AJ Francis, like BA said, I want AJ to get some wins, man. AJ used to be cool with Trick and all that stuff when he was over there. So that's his guy. He always showing him love on X and all that. So I mean, shout out to, I can't remember the guy that me and Queen just went to the movie theater and saw Evil Dead Burns, and one of the guys that was behind the concession stand said he was into wrestling and all that type of stuff. And I talked to him, shared the show and all. I don't know if he's watching and all, but I didn't get his name. And he was talking about, can we get to AJ Francis to be on the show and all? That'd be awesome. So I'm gonna shoot the shot, pause the AJ Francis, see if he'll do that, because I'm definitely a fan of AJ's as well over here. So shout out to him. The Hardys can retire, like you guys said. They got another championship run for whatever reason. And yeah, that might be it. Moose, AJ, and Frankie, that was cool all together. Like I said, yeah, just move forward. SmackDown, the Cody and CM Punk got no pop, like BA said, the segment. I think people knew that was happening, and people didn't want it to happen as well. Here's my thing. Go back to Sami Zayn losing the title. I knew Sami Zayn. If I talked to everybody on this show, and most people in the comments, and I said Sami Zayn, maybe like 2 months ago, I said he's gonna win the title in 2 months or whatever like that. Most of y'all had said, okay, it's gonna be a transitional championship, whatever gonna happen. We understand what's gonna happen. I think the issue is nobody wanted Cody or Punk to beat him for it. So say if Oba would have beat Sami Zayn on Monday, I don't think people would have been mad. If, like you said, like they'd have went somewhere with a trick or something, a Braun breaker or something like that, and say, hey, you know, he's
too old.
Yeah, like if
they
he was
went from Sammy's not exactly young, and then they went to Punk who's old.
But if
like
Sammy was supposed to be the transition, why did we
there ain't nobody in
transition
the
to Punk?
90s that's one shit. Like in
Yeah,
terms
why did
of
we
the big ones?
Why did we transition to Punk? You feel me? Like if we needed a transitional champion, Punk didn't need a transition. That's when you transition to somebody else and say, hey, this is about to happen. So I think that's the issue. I don't know. Punk got some interesting fuses going to go on. Somebody got to turn heel. I'm hoping. I think the reason they made this happen right away is because of the ticket sales with SummerSlam and all people been talking about that they like way below. They can't even get 22,000 people or so right now for a 70,000, I think, seated place. So yeah, and they just really want 29,000. I think they said they wanted. So I don't know, man. I think that's part of it, just to get a major match, another major match where you can announce it, since they got 4 major matches announced so far for the card, to try to get people to buy the tickets and all that type of stuff. But this didn't need a title. And at Saturday Night Main Event, I think somebody said this. I don't know where I saw this, but one of them got to turn heel, preferably Cody Rhodes at Saturday Night Main Event. Like, we need to leave Saturday Night Main Event with Cody Rhodes destroying CM Punk, so it actually believes like its interest for that SummerSlam match, where it's like, okay, like this really means something. This might be serious. But like that person said, I can't remember which show it was, because a lot of people have been saying it, but I'm afraid WWE won't even pull a trigger. Like, they're afraid to turn these dudes heel, and I wouldn't be surprised either way. So we'll see what happens with that. AAA, Mini Vikingo. This triple threat match was amazing, just in general. Jack Cartwheel, Dragon Lee. Cartwheel. I'm sorry, Dragon Lee and Mini Vikingo. Mini Vikingo was running up dudes' paws. You feel me? Like, it's ridiculous what these dudes can do. That for that dude to be that young and already be conditioning himself for a ring, like when he gets to another level, like sky's the limit for Mini Vikingo, man. As far as what he want to do, man, this dude legit. So I'm excited for that. Excited for El Grande, like we said, getting involved with Dominic Mysterio. I guess he's gonna play more of a face role right now. In the meantime, in AAA, Dominic Mysterio. So we'll see what's going on with that. Damian Priest trying to go for the Latin American Championship instead of the AAA. That's funny. He's going for a mid-card championship, though Dominic has only had the mid-card championship, and Damian Priest has actually been the world champion in WWE. But as long as that last match, though, I want that last match for the Latin American Championship to be Damian Priest versus Omos. That's what they got to be. Let's get Damian Priest versus Omos. The two giants fighting for it. Let's get it done. Damian Priest gets the win if that's how they want to go. But that's it, man. And overall, let's all be different. I'm gonna get this week a C+. I was going to try to go B-. I'm gonna give it a C+. So we got an A-, a D+. Travis got a B-, and I'm gonna give it a C+. So that's our opinion on this. Let us know if you're watching. Your opinion. What's your overall letter grade of this week's WWE product, and also what you felt about the overall just shows in general. All right. So before we move forward, next thing I want to do, I was going to save it for T, but I'm actually going to do it now. Pause. We had a MMA event this weekend, and it was headlined by this right here. Conor McGregor versus Max Holloway. Conor McGregor returned to the octagon, and I just want to get all you guys' opinion. He took the L after the first round. Supposedly tore his ACL in one of his knees. I don't know. It's just a whole bunch of stuff going on. But yeah, what do you guys think? Did any of you guys actually see it? Do you see the highlights or anything like that? Like, this is a round table BA. You can unmute yourself too.
I just saw on New York Post. I'm sorry, I didn't realize I was talking on the over.
No, go ahead, Quinn.
But they had I saw on New York Post they were saying that this is the end of his MMA career as we know it. But no offense, I didn't even know he was still had a career after his his legal troubles overseas with him allegedly being an offender of the bad types. I mean, I guess
let me run this while y'all talk. Keep talking, but let me run this while y'all talk. I'm gonna run y'all a little highlight real quick since the match was so fast you get to basically see it in reverse. Go ahead, Quinn.
Yeah, that's crazy. But as I said, I didn't even know again that he was even still doing MMA. But this is karma. He's not a good person. Like, at the end of the day, this happened to the perfect man. This happened to the perfect person. I don't wish nothing on nobody, but it already happened. So I didn't do anything to cause it, nor did anybody else. It's just the universe decided it for him, and it couldn't have happened to a better person. That's my opinion.
You got a lot of money. Go ahead. Anybody else? He got a lot of money. Became the face basically of a promotion. Got the box Floyd Mayweather. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if this was all this was rigged, but that is what it is. Different situation. Go ahead.
He sell whiskey. You know, I bet she's just saying the shot of the the picture of of the knee. You know, his knee caving in. But other than that, I ain't really see it. I ain't see this.
I wouldn't pay for no Conor McGregor match anymore. Screw. I mean, I was gonna say I'm not a fan of him, but screw Conor McGregor. Go ahead, BA. Floor's yours.
Yeah, I mean, it's not me. I pretty much said a great deal. Shout out to his opponent. He really could have hurt him. He really could have, like, seriously hurt him. But he showed sportsmanship, maybe to the wrong guy. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Like, he in the realm of sports, he did the right thing, and he knew something was off with Slim. So I'm not necessarily mad at that. Shout out to Gabe Stevenson. Gable, he was former WWE guy. He got a victory on that same card, on that same match card. So shout out to him. But yeah, I'm not, Conor's Conor. He got his money. I don't care. I think that's the majority of people. Like, okay, oh well, you be all right. You be all right. You be all right.
Right, yeah, and then it's like, and water is wet. Basically, and water is wet.
All right, so let's move on then, y'all. We got an event coming up this weekend. As far as Saturday night main event, we got a couple matches. So with all that being said, let's get to some wrestling tea. But before that, BA, what were our highs and lows brought to the people by?
Boy, I hope I hit the button fast enough. Fanatics.
Travis, what were the highs and lows brought to the people by?
What?
The merch, BA. The merch.
Veto on this. Yes, I demand a recount.
So if you're interested in any of that merch that BA didn't know about or that was on the screen, definitely all the links are in the description of our video and the description of the channel as well. You're not obligated to get anything from this channel, but we definitely appreciate if you do post anything that you do, and we will repost it as long as it's respectful, and we appreciate you for that one. But with all that being said, man, let's get to this tea. All right, y'all. First up. First match. Cody Rhodes and CM Punk versus Gunther and Sami Zayn. I'm guessing this is going to be the main event of the night on Saturday main event. That's one of the matches we know of. Second match we have is Paige and Brie Bella, the women's tag team champions, versus Fatal Influence for the tag team championship. And the third match we have is Mr. Danhausen himself, King of NYC, versus JD McDonough. So I'll get you guys' opinion on what you think gonna happen with this at this event, how you think it's gonna play out, if you think it's gonna be a good show or not, and what do you predict will be the last match probably that we get on the card. Anyone?
I mean, it's
I really
predictable.
care. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie to you. There's nobody I want to see on this. There ain't no black people on this card, is it?
No, I don't think so. Not so far.
Yeah.
So you're right. I already said this. I think this is gonna be trash.
Mm-hmm.
But the only saving grace may be, like I said, if they turn Cody Rhodes heel, that'll be a memorable part of the show. That'll be like something we remember. But other than that, I have no, like, I really don't even watch this shit. I'd rather do something else on my Saturday night.
Yeah, but I mean, it's nothing.
We gonna show it for y'all.
Yeah, but I may not actually watch it. I may just run it in Discord. Y'all ain't gonna front and like just watch the highlights for this one, because
I mean, we know who, like, it's obvious who will win this.
Danhausen going. I don't want to.
We know that Danhausen gonna win this.
I want to see.
I mean, I'm thinking that the Pumpkins, Cody Rhodes, and I don't think that's gonna have a definite winner. Like, I think it's going like probably in a disqualification or something.
I think Punk gonna lose. I think Punk gonna lose.
You think Punk gonna take the?
I think Punk should take down. I think Punk should take down. If they change Cody heel, Punk should take the L, because I think Punk gonna win at SummerSlam. But we'll get into that when we get there. But
in this this women's tag match, like, I really don't care.
I want Fatal Influence to win.
Just to get the titles off of Bella and Nikki and Paige.
But I don't know what happened with Nikki and Paige. Right. What happened with Paige and Brie once they lose?
They should part ways.
But did they get TV time on SmackDown, or are they Raw superstars? SmackDown only 2 hours.
You know what? I don't even know. You're right. I don't even know what brand but Paige be on. Because I thought the Bellas was on SmackDown.
I think Paige SmackDown. SmackDown, I think, but the Bellas were Raw though. But then they was a tag.
It don't matter.
Yeah,
you're right.
It don't matter.
You're right.
So whoever she want to go, whoever decide to say.
Give y'all credit for like trying to figure that out, though. I give all of y'all credit for figuring.
You're right. It doesn't. You're right. Yeah, wherever they wanted to go, they're gonna decide she there. So, I mean, anything else I want to say about this? I really don't have much to say about this. I'm not really interested. This shit gonna be phony. Next week gonna get a C or lower based off of this.
Based off of this alone.
Yeah, but we'll get to that. I'm more excited for Triple A's next major thing happening later this month. So we'll see. But next, I felt like I had something else as far as I want to talk about Jack Hager, but I couldn't find a picture of dude. Let me see. So he got knocked the fuck out.
Yeah, he got rocked.
Yeah, by the other dude that was the wrestler or whatever, and Rhea Ripley, and then with a torn knee, with holding her belt and not vacating it and all that shit, was sitting there watching it. So hold on,
that's crazy.
Say it image. Hold on a second, I got it for you, Travis, because I know Travis love it. That's your boy, Jack Hager.
No, that's your boy. You were screaming out "We the People"
or whatever. That was Cesaro was my dude. And I can't believe I was screaming that shit out, bro. That's one of the things you shouldn't have told people on the show. That's between me and you, that I was yelling "We the People." But go ahead, Jack Swagger knocked out by Mahabali Shera. I hope I said that correct. And power slap, bro. Why are people doing this? Why are people doing this? Again, I'm gonna say this one last time.
Get the brain damage.
I'm gonna ask this one more time. Why are people doing this? This is one of the dumbest freaking sports I've ever seen in my life.
This is dangerous. I wouldn't want to get CTE.
Dumb. This is dumb and like shock value for second. This is dumb. Yeah. This is so dumb. This is literally saying hit me in my face, hit me in my head.
Yeah.
You're knocking someone out.
I'm trying to get brain damage.
That's like saying I want to go under for surgery and I don't got a chance to die. Yeah, you do.
I know we just had this go. What was that? With Chris and ALS and him and head injuries.
Like, you're literally saying, give me head injuries. And I know they're not making that much money.
Mm-mm.
Like it is not
No,
UFC
no.
in them level and all that stuff. This is and you give a dude you give people wide open smacks. Like it ain't like you're defending yourself and you can be Floyd Mayweather where you don't get hit and all that stuff. You have to take a smack. You have to take one. If you lose the coin flip, you got to take a smack. At least one.
Mm-hmm.
This is stupid. But last but not least, we got one last thing I wanted to get y'all opinion on. Some crazy information if you didn't hear recently. Unc himself, who's always in something nowadays, ever since he got fired from the TV with his podcast, Shannon Sharpe had a verbal battle with Shakur Stevenson on his what is that? What's that show called, Travis? His late night Nightcap, yep, show or whatever. So I'm gonna play this real quick, and I want to get y'all opinion on what you think. Whose side are you taking on this, as far as SS or SS? So listen up real quick.
I can't tell you. I don't know the answer to that.
But you can tell me.
I don't pay attention to it. If
all the good things that people are saying. You can tell me what Bud said. You can tell me what Floyd said. You can tell me what Andre Ward said. But you can't tell me any negative. So it tells me that you surround, and that's how we are.
Yeah.
We consume the news.
I'm surrounded. Finish your sentence. You about to say a cap sentence. I'm surrounded by what?
No, I'm not saying. I'm saying you consume the positive news. And so if somebody says something that you don't want to hear, you assume, well, I don't value your opinion because you're not a boxing aficionado.
I assume that you don't know shit about boxing. That's all I'm trying to tell you.
You don't know shit about basketball, but you got an opinion on it.
I don't try to debate. If I'm sitting here with Kawhi Leonard, I wouldn't try to debate with Kawhi Leonard about basketball. Because I'm not that ignorant.
So I can't have an opinion about
what I'm trying to tell you is you're being ignorant. That's it.
I get all that. That's fine.
You're being ignorant.
Shakur. Book ignorant is something that should never come out of your mouth because you don't have a degree.
Okay.
I run circles around you in the classroom.
Brother, I don't give a fuck about a classroom.
There is a million
people on the planet that has not finished high school or finished school that is smarter than the poor smart motherfucker.
They didn't call me ignorant. You did. Be respectful.
You're being ignorant when it comes to the sport of boxing.
That's
what you're being ignorant. I'm not calling you ignorant as a person. I'm calling you ignorant when it comes to the sport of boxing.
Talk about ignorant.
You are in boxing. You are in boxing.
You're ignorant about all sports.
I don't care. I'm not trying to be the smartest nigga about all sports. You're trying to be smart about boxing.
You're not the smartest boxer.
I'm not the smartest boxer. I'm a way smarter boxer than your favorite fighter.
You don't know who my favorite fighter is.
I don't have to know.
You don't. I tell you what.
Don't be mad at me because you can't have.
This is what I do.
You got an F. That's it. You got an F.
F what?
In boxing. In boxing, yes, you got it.
I have an opinion about my style and what I like to see.
And you can have your opinion.
I didn't try to say, well, you this, you that.
You can have your opinion. I don't have no problems with your opinion. I do that. No,
yes,
I don't.
You just called me ignorant. But
I said you're ignorant in the sport of boxing. I done told you this 100 times.
Whether
you want to hear it or not. In boxing, you are ignorant.
It's my opinion.
And I stand by that.
It's my opinion. You got upset because I don't fall in praise you. Your style is boring to me.
You're not really hearing me.
Your style is still boring.
You're being ignorant because
I'm listening.
You're thinking that I'm calling you ignorant as a person, and I'm not talking about you as a person of being ignorant. I'm speaking far as your boxing knowledge and what you're talking about in the sport of boxing. You're ignorant.
Listen. I'm not a soccer aficionado. I know I like Messi style.
That's cool. But if you speak on Messi and you start talking to Messi and tells Messi, "Oh, this is that," Messi will call you ignorant in his sport too.
No, Ocho and I get into debate all the time about Ronaldo and Messi. Ocho say, it's hard to say Messi ain't the GOAT, but I like Ronaldo's style. His style is more conducive to what I like to see. That's what Ocho said. I didn't say, Ocho, you
no, when you say the style is boring, you're giving an opinion on something that, to me, I feel is very ignorant, especially if you say Teofimo was my most entertaining fight after I just fought Williams Pater right before his Teofimo fight. And if you didn't see it, I mean, you didn't do your homework, so you bring me back to square one at all times. You get an F when we're talking about the sport of boxing.
I'll take the F, but I'm not allowed to have an opinion.
No, you can have an opinion. Everybody can do their homework, but if they get an F, they get an F.
So why are you so upset
I'm
about
not upset about your opinion. I told you this. No,
you are.
I'm debating with you. Don't get mad that I'm debating with you.
Okay,
I'm kicking back at you.
We can have a debate, but then you say my boxing is. But I'm not trying to say you're the greatest lightweight or this guy's better than you.
You don't have to.
I just said your style.
Yes, and you get an F. When you tell me that my fight with Teofimo was the most entertaining fight compared to my fight with Williams Pater, because you didn't watch.
It's pretty long-winded, but after hearing that and Shannon Sharpe going at Shakur Stevenson about boxing, what do y'all think about that, man? That's pretty extreme.
I actually say this.
You say
I
what?
watched it. I said I seen the whole thing in the society. Shannon got this thing like he always like he's that old dude that I always want to be right, dude. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and he always had this thing about cutting people off and trying to overtalk people.
Shannon wrong though. He was like, yeah. I'm agreeing with you, Travis. Shannon, Shakur Stevenson literally used the word. See, here's the thing: a lot of black people use the word ignorant incorrectly. They interchange ignorant and rude, and it's like no, but ignorant means the lack of knowledge of something. He said to him, "Bro, you're talking to me as a boxer and saying because if we went further than this, he was like, I get into harm every time I go in the ring. He was like, do you get into harm and all that stuff? You don't put yourself in harm's way and all. He's like, but to tell a boxer that goes in there and dudes try to hit me in my head and all that stuff,
to put yourself in harm's way.
Myself in harm, you're ignorant to the sport of boxing. Like it don't matter if you like my style or not, but don't tell me I'm not doing something the right way because I win and all that stuff. You just don't like the way I win. That's ignorant to me as a boxer. I win, I make this money and do what I do. And Shannon started taking offense to it, saying he's stupid. He don't got a degree when actually he's making you look stupid right now. That was crazy. So I thought Shakur stand up for himself like amazing. Like that was he wasn't mad. He was debating with him, and he basically made him like a fool in the debate. And it wasn't on first taking on no more. And Shannon got out of line. Even Ocho was beside him saying, bro, we talking about boxing. It's ignorant for boxing. And he just kept going on saying, you shouldn't be one talking about ignorance. You don't even have a degree. What? What? You can't say ignorant because I can't say that you ignorant on something because you got a degree? What does a degree got to do with boxing?
I'm thinking
My shit is that's not even his lane. Stay in your lane. Up, you just want him to stay in your lanes because didn't he just have that whole argument with somebody else because they said they considered
Skip
him
Bayless
not a about player,
Tom Brady,
a quarterback against Tom Brady.
Yeah, and he talked about Chad Ocho and him talking about Messi and Ronaldo. Neither one of y'all are soccer players, so you're having a debate like myself and BA or myself, shout out to Kenny in the barbershop and all that. We can talk that kind of stuff. You forgot, bro, that you're talking to a champion boxer in front of you. Who the hell do you think you are?
Actually, UFC thought that was Jalen Williams, but that's a whole nother story.
That's a whole nother story. We already know the different stories and the getting people names wrong and all. We already know. Go ahead, Mr.
That's a whole nother story.
It was a matter of fact versus opinion. Shakur was stating facts. He doesn't. As soon as you step in the ring, you are putting your life on the line. Point blank, period. It don't matter if you run around. No matter if you go head to head. As soon as I step in this ring, my life is on the line. Similar to football. As soon as that gun go off, you are putting your life on the line. It's just that's just what it is. So Shannon was wrong. But also Shannon counted with a few points of his own because Shakur tend to talk about the positive results of his fights. There's plenty of other professional boxers that say that he's a born fighter. Plenty of them. And he chose not to.
Got that though too, though, bro.
You know what I'm saying? So Shannon had a point on that too. So this whole statement was pure comedy at its best. It was just it's the realest of dramatic arguments with a comedic edge is that it has to have some truth and it has to be some wild takes a part of it too. And that's exactly what this is. First and foremost, people didn't even know who Shakur Stevenson was until this show. There's a lot of people that didn't even know that dude was like a fighter like that. You know what I'm saying? So we're not like
for real.
Nightcap is one of the biggest sports platforms in the industry. So this is Shakur's second time on the show.
People don't know Shakur Stevenson. He one of the main dudes in boxing right now. I would think it ain't that many main dudes, but he one of the.
What is he though? He's a quote unquote born fighter. So when you're a born fighter,
but Floyd Mayweather in them were. I'm not disagreeing with you. You feel what I'm saying? But I'm saying it's other.
Floyd can sell a match similar to Conor McGregor. He could sell it. So he can bring in casuals that had no idea about boxing.
I mean, putting harm's way though. Like, does that make you feel what I'm saying? Like the way Shannon was presenting it, he was saying facts the same way Skip Bayless went to Floyd Mayweather and said, you feel me, like your style, I don't really like it. I wish you would go do this. That's fine. But the part I felt like he was, bro, how you gonna say he's not putting himself in harm's way? And you feel me? Like, yeah, I'm with you. Like that's like, whoa, what are you saying? And then to be like, you can say I don't like it, but and his style was boring. That's your opinion. That's fine. But he was literally trying to talk boxing or what's the best way to box to a boxer.
So he was basing that off of how to be remembered, because this whole thing was he brought up the he's an 80s guy. That was his heyday when coming into boxing or whatever the case may be. And then you have the Hagglers, the Hitman Hearns, the Sugar Ray Leonards, and all these. So he was saying, these guys fought each other, and a lot of people, a lot of old dudes that talk about, Magic and Bird was that. Ain't nobody touching Jordan. What about this new league? He was coming from that side of the argument, and when you're talking to somebody that's in the business now, he was like, nah, I don't care about none of that. Like, I'm him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's a different business. It's a different business now, I feel. Like, Floyd kind of changed that. Crawford wasn't really known like that. We won't put on until he beat Canelo. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you just got to get your one fight. You really want to build your record until you get to your one fight where you win it, and then you be like, okay, I'm that dude. Right. So I think Shakur is still looking for that one fight. Like
he just said. He said now. He started putting out there. He wanted at a tank match.
It's all he said. He wanted Tank, Lamont Roach, Haney. He named a few people.
I'm only saying that because you brought up Bud, and it took that one of his last fights for people to even know who Bud was. You know what I'm saying? And Bud was a champion, just like you said. People don't know about Shakur, and he's a champion, and he's the best in the business. Yes, because he hasn't had that one crazy fight, that one mega fight. So, he needs to have that, and hopefully people don't duck him out, because he is that good. He won't make you look like a less of a fighter, similar to what Floyd was doing. But people be ducking him. But he was on the show because he just signed a new contract with a new industry or a new organization. So, he's one of their fighters. So he got his money now. Now the confidence is like 100% in. Like, I'm good, because he was on the show like a couple months ago. He ain't come across like this. So it's also comfortability when it comes to Shannon saying, I'm gonna debate you now, Shannon, because this is my second time on the show. I'm almost a regular. So it's a lot of different stuff involved with it. So,
but don't just go back to those tweets between them two and Clarissa Shields, because this was kind of like what they was talking about in those tweets.
He came on the show a little bit right after that. So he already had that conversation, and now this is a follow up to, I guess, just him being who he is or whatever the case. So if you didn't know about him then, now you know about him. Shakur is a great fighter, and I hope the world sees how good he really is. So he needs to get even more bread than what he's getting, because he's really that good.
Like, he is. I agree.
And it was 100% wrong, but when you got one of the top 10 shows, it's okay to be wrong, because when you're wrong, it blows up, and this is what happened. It blew up. It went viral.
My bad, y'all. I don't know what the hell happened. My computer had a surge and went out for a second. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. All right, but I think that was it anyway for the day. Let me change the layout real quick on that. Back on the screen. All right, sorry doing this from the phone, y'all. I'm sorry for technical difficulty.
Yeah, man, BA got a couple. Hold it down. All right.
Yeah, it wasn't dead end.
But too bad.
I appreciate y'all, but BA, let me go back to you again, bro. What was tea brought to the people by today?
Fanatics?
This I Was Told 7 is brought to you by the folks over at Fanatics. Fanatics is the world's largest collection of officially licensed fan gear from all the leagues, teams, and players you love the most, including WWE. You can earn fan cash to redeem them in your orders, jersey protection for when your favorite player is traded or changes teams. They also have an unrivaled selection of authentic fan gear and Fanatics exclusives that are only available on the site. So if you need some merch and are interested in helping the channel, scan the QR code on the screen or follow the link, which is
is always in the description.
All right, y'all. Appreciate Fanatics. If you're interested in any WWE apparel, anything like that, sports apparel in general, definitely go to Fanatics. Use that code we have there or the link. It'll take you where you need to be, and you can support the channel. And we appreciate you for that. But let's get to the end of the show so we can call this an afternoon/evening. Let's get to your questions and comments. And we can call it a day, y'all.
Sponsored by True Classic.
Always wanted to try True Classic, but hate shopping online? Keep watching. You've probably seen our ads online. Look, I get it. You're skeptical. I mean, is everything we sell really as soft and well-fitting as we say it is? If you need to try us before you buy us, True Classic now has stores nationwide. Visit one of these stores and you can fit, feel, and outfit a bunch of our customer favorites. So don't wait for shipping or worry about how much to spend. Visit one of our retail stores today and see the True Classic difference for yourself.
All right, sure. First and foremost, we got Cuz and WTF is Montez doing? Anybody got an answer for that?
I had no idea.
So apparently the security guy is one of those guys that is always around. So people take their turns to try to break him, to break his character and make him like laugh and all that stuff. So I guess
Yeah, try to give him a crack.
It was hella suspect and hella buzzworthy. We're not gonna say like it wasn't, but he was trying to break his character. That's what he was trying to do.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say he was doing it for the lulz. That's what I was gonna say. He was doing it for the LOLs. He was doing it for us. He's enjoying his TV time. He ain't had it for months.
Cuz also said his Layla days look like Bianca in that screenshot.
Oh man, he got both the babies going. Yeah, both of the babies in sync. Yeah, they're like in sync.
Yeah, Cuz like the shirt.
Hey,
Queen of the Ring after G-shirt is fire.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Always appreciate it.
I think this might be for you, BA. Major upset as far as Royce Keys and Jimmy Uso.
Mm.
And yeah.
Oh, and we got AI a bot on Twitch. Hey, we made it, y'all. We getting bots on Twitch.
Hey. We're getting Alan Ives in the chat. Alan Ives.
Yeah. All right. That's it. So that's the. Give me a second.
In the meantime, Royce Keys lost to Jimmy Uso spear. How many of you remember that?
Because before that, Jacob Fatu had kicked him. That was why. Because Jacob Fatu kicked him right in front of us. So that was allegedly why it happened. Oh, my thing got delivered.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it too. Go back.
But with that being said, y'all, this is another episode of We Talk Combat. So we talk all things combat sports and sports entertainment, y'all. We appreciate y'all being here. I appreciate my co-host holding it down for me with technical difficulties. We apologize for that, but it still was a great show. We talked about a lot of combat sports. We watch shit, so you don't have to. Remember that. We are the People's Channel. Post on production just in general. If you're new around here, hit the subscribe button somewhere near BA's left shoulder down there. Also, hit the notification bell and the like button as well before you leave out the door, please, so that other folks are in the know of when we do this type of stuff as well. We can get out to other folks, wrestling fans like yourself. Do us a favor. Also, follow our other channels. First and foremost, shout out to my guy BA again. He's with the rest of the 695 crew. Larry and Calvin on Get Off the Damn Fence, where they talk about everything, but mainly sports. And mainly sports. That's Wednesday evening. I'm sorry. So definitely subscribe over there to try and get to their next goal as well. Everybody monetized over here. BA also showing off on other shows on Cuz We Geek with Rel, Big J, and Will as well. They talk about everything in geek culture and film and television. They have shows every Tuesday evening and Saturday morning. Help them get their subscriber count up as well so they can get monetized. And last but not least, follow myself and Rel on our Captain Crown NBA podcast, where we talk about all things NBA, new school and old school. Off season, getting going right now. Summer leagues heating up, and all. If you're interested in any of that type of stuff, the news is going on with all the trades, free agent signings, scandals going on with like Kawhi Leonard and that type of stuff.
Shout out to that Kawhi Leonard show. That was a good show, bro.
Thank you. Definitely check out our show. We do that stuff every Monday evening, Wednesday evening, and also Friday morning for mostly our members, because we do have members. They were trying to get to 5K subscribers over there. Help us out with that. Anybody else got anything you want to say before we end the show, y'all? This is a good one. I know it went about an hour and a half.
Oh, definitely catch us on YouTube, yo. Catch us on YouTube. Like, so me and King, we simultaneously kind of like, we it's usually both of us, but usually one person is running the helm. But we do watch alongs in YouTube. So if you're somebody that you watching it at home or whatever, but you wanted to still comment to talk about what's going on, you can jump in the comments with us, participate in our polls and stuff. I'm still trying to give a t-shirt away. I'll try to give that away at 300 subs, but might have to make that the 500 sub gift. But yeah, definitely participate on that link for that. I'm gonna post that probably in the Discord, so you got to make sure you're on Discord in order to be able to find that link and apply for that, and then we'll just eventually do a random drawing and figure out who can have it. We gonna keep it in the US for right now, but maybe in the future we can ship overseas, because I know we do have overseas fans. Appreciate you, and especially our Latino and Hispanic fans. We appreciate you guys as well. Y'all hold it down. We do our AAA watch along.
Hey,
that's it for me.
Also, if you listen to us on podcast form, definitely come on over to YouTube, subscribe as well, like over there. You can comment on podcasts as well. We'll listen to it. We'll reply to anything that's maybe said. I'll add it afterwards to the description of the show, but we have also joined Kick and Twitch as well for our channel. So if you have a Kick or a Twitch subscription as well, come on over there and follow us. Help us out over there as well. We actually live right now on Kick and Twitch. So follow us. We Talk Combat as everything else. Again, for Chemo Queen, my guy Travis down there, bro, Mr. Green over there to my diagonal left. I'm Muy Grande Negro Americano, aka King. We Talk Combat, so we talk all things combat sports and sports entertainment. Y'all the best, the brightest, and blackest combat review show there is on YouTube and anywhere else. We watch this shit so you don't have to. We are the people's channel, y'all. We'll see y'all next week and throughout the week for WWE and anything else. And they're out. We out. Peace.